Thank you. Ambassador, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Plaskett, and members of this subcommittee. Weaponization of government is an intensely personal topic for me because my family was a victim of the worst weaponization of modern times, the Shoah, the Holocaust. My mother survived Auschwitz, a slave labor camp at Neuengamme, and a death train in the last days of the war. My father was trapped in Warsaw in 1939, miraculously made his way out to the United States, and then joined the US Army to fight that weaponization of government by the Nazis and their Axis allies. Most of the rest of their families did not survive that weaponization. My maternal grandparents were murdered by it, quite literally, in the gas chambers at Auschwitz. There and across Europe, dozens of members of my family were murdered by genuine weaponization. So I agree there can be no more important topic than the weaponization of government. I urge the committee, with all respect, to focus on the most imminent threat of that weaponization now facing us as a nation: Donald Trump's record of weaponizing the government and his promises to double down should he return to power. Given my family history, I would be remiss if I did not speak up before you today about the ominous historical echoes of statements like this.
That we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country, that lie and steal and cheat on elections and will do anything possible. They'll do anything, whether legally or illegally, to destroy America and to destroy the American dream. The threat from outside forces is far less sinister, dangerous, and grave than the threat from within.
Vermin. The former president has raised the prospect that his chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff should be executed for his efforts to mitigate U.S.-China tensions. He's promised that if he wins the presidency, media outlets that featured negative coverage of him will be thoroughly scrutinized. And he's issued a blanket threat to his opponents: if you go after me, I'm coming after you. The former president has even admitted he will be a dictator if he returns to the presidency. He says it will only be on day one. But history, alas, teaches us that dictatorial powers, once assumed, are rarely relinquished. What Prime Minister Viktor Orban, who Trump admires, has done in Hungary is probably the right comparison to what might happen here in a second term, not the most chilling examples from earlier in the 20th century. Why? Because America was founded on the principle of preventing the weaponization of government against the American people. That is central to our constitutions and its protections, including the First Amendment. And whatever we may disagree about today, I know that everyone in this room does agree on the central importance of the protection that the First Amendment provides. But we do no favors to the First Amendment when we cry wolf when none is at the door. It is no violation of the First Amendment for government officials to inform social media companies of posts that put the American people or our democracy in harm's way. For that reason, in Missouri v. Biden, the Supreme Court was correct to stay the injunction of such contacts while it considers the question of their constitutionality. With respect to government engaging with AI companies, it is consistent with the First Amendment for the government to make its views about safety or other concerns known to AI providers, or to utilize AI as it does a vast array of other technologies, or to support scientific or scholarly research on AI. AI can be used wisely or wrongly, lawfully or not, Like any other technology, the same technology that was used to deliver my mother and her family to Auschwitz also enabled my father to escape from Warsaw and to report for duty in the US Army. Trains are not inherently suspicious, neither is AI. I look forward to discussing all of this today, including my scholarship on AI and democracy, which I have submitted for the record. Thank you.
Thank you.